Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hi. Let me, while we are, apologies if you saw the random message in the Discord. I kind of panicked. I was like, oh my God, it's almost 7, and like rushed in here and didn't even check. I was like, oh no. So that's what that was about. I was like, oh no. I thought I was going to have issues, but no, it was just like, are those from, oh wow, that's from like ages ago. Anyways, so I'm gonna, let's see, I'm just gonna get this in all the different places. Nope, that's not how you spell sprints now, is it? Yes and no. Did I go in here? I did not go in here. Just let people know that if they need sprints, there's some sprints that are happening right now. Okay, and I should probably put them on Twitter, shouldn't I? Oop, I see I have some friends now. Hello, everyone. Motherfucker, go away. Nope, that's not how, God, what, fingers. If they could work, I'd be happy. Okay, hello, welcome, hi. How is everyone this evening? I mean, in my defense, Jen, I did have a massive adrenaline spike before hopping on because it was like 6:58 and I was like, oh my God, I have sprints. And for some reason I thought that they were at 7, so I didn't even bother to check until I was like, bop, here's the link, and went from there. So if it makes you feel any better, we were both having the same moment. I just was a little bit delayed. Let me also holler if you'd like to hop on. Hello, Julie. Welcome. What am I doing with my life? Okay, anyways, what is everyone reading, by the way? Hello, Carrie. I'll be reading the Foxglove King tonight. Brianna is also reading the Foxglove King. Headache tonight, but listening to the Foxglove King and trying to rush the library hold returning. I understand that. Hello, Bethany. Welcome, Jessica and Jen. Hey there, Ro. How are you doing? Ooh, I mean, same though. Technically, I have started The Lightning Thief, so I could read that. Technically could. But I also have things that need to be done tonight, so I probably will not get any reading done because they are things that require my brain. So it's not like I can do the audiobook and do the video at the same time. I try not to do that. Hello, Spacey Wrath. Hi, this is my first time making it to a reading sprint. Usually it doesn't work for my time zone. Well, I'm glad that it works for your time zone this time around. I'm going to try, especially going forward, I'm going to try and have a little bit more variety in the times that I do, because I know at the moment both of my reading sprints I do are in the morning / early afternoonish time. So let's see. Hello, Lexi. How are you? Have about 15 minutes left in the audio for Dead Zone by Stephen King. It's kiddo time for a bit, but later I'll be reading New York 2140. Very, very nice. I am currently working on the video that's going to go up tomorrow, which is my best books of 2023. And in theory, I will have it up ready for tomorrow morning. That's the goal, is to have it ready for tomorrow morning. And then I also need to prep because I have to film a couple of videos tomorrow. Although Let's see. I just want to see something real quick. When does YouTube Studio think I should post? Oh, apparently YouTube Studio thinks I should post on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. That's so funny though, because like it's like all of these times that they're suggesting through, or TubeBuddy is suggesting, is like 4, 5, 6 o'clock, and like my videos never do well when I post them that late in the day. I wonder. Anyways, so I am not sure where I was going with that. No, I had a thought. Julie is reading Spy Family Volume 1 and packing for travel this weekend. Energy is low, so hoping to be efficient so I can chill. Love it. Love it. Butterflies and Books is listening to the Pucking Wild audiobook. Very nice. Oh, as we are reading these titles out, something I just want to note, because I haven't dated this at the beginning of sprints before, so I didn't want people to feel left out. But just so you are aware, if you are reading a St. Martin's Press title, I will not be highlighting, I won't be talking about that book, because I committed to not showing those on my channel. And I was like, I can't really control what other people are reading and putting in their comments, but I can control what I show on the screen. So I totally, I hope you're enjoying it, but I'm not talking about those books on my channel right now. And I feel like, in good conscience, since I'm not doing that, I can't put those comments on. So if I know that it is a St. Martin's Press book, I will be avoiding putting those comments on screen. So I just want people to know, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you because I don't like you or on purpose. I'm just St. Martin's Press is being a dick. Anyways, Color and Craft with Shani Blue says, hello everyone, I'll be reading The Fury. I'm really close to putting it in the DNF pile. I feel that one. Jessica is reading Now I See You by Shannon Work. Oh no. Lexi says, it's been a week for me and I just want this week to be over, but I got the doctor I like to try and annoy. You work with such interest. It sounds like you work with doctors that you have a pretty decent relationship with, Lexi, and I'm a little bit jealous. Let's see. Jessica says, I used to suggest I post at 9 a.m. and a few weeks ago it switched to 6 p.m. and I'm like, no thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I should probably experiment with different post times just to see what gets the most initial views. But I don't know. Oh, what aren't you talking about? That certain publishers and others. So there's not a strike going on. There is a boycott currently going on for all St. Martin's Press and all of their imprints, which are, Castle Point Books, Minotaur, Wednesday Books, St. Martin's Essentials, and St. Martin's. I listed them all out. Hold on. Where did it go? There we go. St. Martin and St. Martin Griffin. Because they have, so apparently for a few months now, reviewers of color have had some concerns about a Wednesday Books publicist. They noticed that they have not been getting, multiple reviewers of color have noticed that they were not getting ARCs. And so they were kind of questioning what was going on there. That they're being left off of all of these lists and things. And then this publicist, who is the one that's in charge of getting them the ARCs, when they request them, or approving them for ARCs, posted some really Islamophobic and pro-Israel stuff on their Instagram. And so they are requesting, there are several demands, but they're basically what they're doing is they're requesting that St. Martin's Press and Wednesday Books address this and say, give them some assurances that they are going to be changing things around so that this isn't going, things change in the future. They're also very worried because obviously a lot of them are pro-Palestine. They're very worried about this person, based on what they're saying on their Instagram, very worried about the fact that this person has their physical locations, and they're wanting to make sure that person doesn't have access to them. Anyways, hello, Kate. I believe I have information listed underneath some of my other videos, so I'll go find that. But you can also look up Readers for Accountability on Instagram if you're looking for more information. And I am like not up to date on what all of the titles are, but I do know what a few of the popular titles are. One of them won the Goodreads Choice Awards recently. So, anyways, Kay Simmons says, "Hi, hope everyone is well. Trying to read Eye of the World, but not feeling all that great. But it was due 2 days ago, so I need to finish." I mean, how close are you to finishing, Kay? That's the big question. At some point, like, your mental peace is more important. So, sharing some to the library notices I'm almost there vibes with the library. It sounds like you're close. You've got this. You've got this. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's the doctor I was talking about on Sunday, was it? The one with the squirrel attention span. It's day number 3 this week, tomorrow with him. He's absolutely thrilled. Also found out he's going to the same conference I'm going to at the end of February with me. And my coworker, who have been working / annoying with him, is also, oh no, this poor man. This poor man. He might need backup. Oh, that's hilarious. Office manager asked if she should have bail money ready for him. Oh boy. Anyways, anybody else? What are we up to this night? How has this week been treating us? Are we ready for Friday? I'm ready. I don't even like I make my own schedule now, and I'm still ready for Friday. Had some interesting stuff go on with work and stuff. And oh, I need to call that person. Let me. Okay, Kay is on chapter 40. Nope, 41 of 53. Oh my god, that's so many chapters. I mean, you're so close to the end though. So close. So depending, give me just a hello, Michaela, welcome. Going to eat dinner and watch BookTube. Very nice. Let me check something. My parents are playing the TV so loud right now. Anyways, I walked downstairs, or no, I walked up to the top of the stairs, and it sounds like there's legitimately a crowd of people in our living room right now. Okay, let me pull up the timer. Nope. One thing I do want to specifically mention, because I think there's been some confusion when I'm talking about the boycott. They are still asking us or telling us that it's fine to buy. They want us to buy and fine to read them. They're just asking for people to withhold their reviews and posting about these books until until the boycott is over. So, which we can get into how certain other people do not understand how boycotts work in other places on Twitter. Like these people, it's very similar to how the HarperCollins boycott was structured, if you guys remember that one from last year. But like I've seen so many people go, oh, well, it's boycott forever because they're support. I was like, no, the point is you have stuff you want them to do, and when they have acquiesced to those demands, you go, okay, fine, you can have my money again. Like that's the point of a boycott or a strike, is to have like, here's a finite point where you can have my support again. So anyways, that drives me nuts when I see some of that on Twitter. Nope. Yes, stop being difficult. Okay. Let's pull up the timer. I'm going to do an hour timer for this first one, just because I'm going to try and get dinner fixed while we are, get rid of that. Get dinner fixed while I'm doing all of that jazz. All right, let us go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, sorry. Hi everybody, welcome back. I should get rid of myself so you can see me. That would help, wouldn't it? Be nice if you guys could do that. How did we do? I obviously finished making dinner. I went to a tried and true recipe, which is the spaghetti bolognese that Fresh Kitchen does, or not Fresh Kitchen, Hello Fresh does, with like oven roasted zucchini in it, something like that. I didn't feel like trying out a new recipe. I wanted something that I knew how to make and would be made quickly. So, anyways, give me just a second. Let me scroll back up. Okay, so how did everyone else do? How are we? What's going on? What's happening? I see. Hello, Tracy. Tracy's having lunch, and then we'll be reading House of. I'm assuming that's supposed to be House of Sky and Breath. Good luck with that one. It's a chonker. Hello, Chloe. We got Brunette Bibliophile here, popping in for a few minutes. I'm at like writers group working on one of my whips. Very nice. How is that going? Got Rope Crewman. Hello, hello. I slipped in here when there were about 17 minutes left and finished a chapter of The Last Unicorn. Lovely. Good for you. How are you liking it? I know we talked a little bit about it when you first started reading it. So I'm very interested. What are you thinking about it? It's weird. I know I've read it multiple times, but I don't have much memory of the book itself, except that there's like a really silly oddball wizard involved. And potentially a witch? I don't remember. Anyways, hello, May. I just got here. How is everyone? I mean, you'll have to ask everyone else, but my night's going very well. May will be reading Heartstopper Volume 5. Hello, Leandra. Welcome, welcome. I'm home from work and now editing, so I'll be in and out. That's understandable. Anna is here. Hello, Anna. How are you? I had lunch and read 3%. I am also, if you were willing to share and you feel comfortable sharing, Tracy, we would love to know what you had for lunch. Ooh, toasted cheese sandwiches. I hear those are very good. Bethany is back. Kids are ready for bed. Read a few stories. It is almost time for Bethany to read my own book. Woohoo! Maybe a little Ramona Quimby first. Is the Ramona Quimby for you or is that for the littles? Let's see. Michaela ate dinner, watched one of Cassie's videos, and updated their reading journal. I'm sure you also tasted them. But okay. That is so funny. Typos happen. Listen, who was like at this point, I think Leandra and Brittany have done so much translation of what I end up typing, especially when I'm typing on my phone, because I don't know if anyone else's phone has done this, but since I've gotten this new phone, the autocorrect has gotten so much worse. Like, it's not even that I am making mistakes and autocorrect is trying its best. Like, I am spelling words correctly and autocorrect is deciding, no, you didn't mean that word. You meant this word. And I've seen a few other people talk about how their autocorrect is doing that. So I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not just like I still have problems, but it's not just that I have problems, you know? Anna says, I just got here, but is going to start on chapter 2 of a beta read I'm doing for a client. Very nice, very nice. I have somebody I need to reach out to in regards to that. Jen, I did nothing. And yeah, listen, I would not say that slightly updating your book journal is nothing. I think that's doing something. Sometimes book journals take a while to update. Let's not talk about the state of mind currently. We're just going to pretend. Ask me about that in like a week. Alexi says, I finished cleaning and finished the Dead Zone and just sat down with dinner myself. Feel free to share what you are eating if you would like. Kay says, still on chapter 40. I think this is the longest chapter, at least so far. Ooh, Kay. Praying for you. I'd like thoughts and prayers. I remember the end of Eye of the World is where it lost me. I was like, it literally feels like someone took a chunk out of my brain. I was like, I remember being here, and now we're here. I have zero memory of how we got to this place. I need to reread it. I should get started so I can do the read along with everybody, but am I? No, I'm bad at that. Anna says, it sounds amazing. Oh, the toasted cheese toasted cheese sandwiches sounds amazing. I get to eat. So, this was me about 5 hours ago. Now that I'm not having to like be in a set place for 8 hours a day, I am finding that I'm doing much more of the whole thing where you sit down, you start working, and then it's like 3 p.m. and you're like, oh, I'm starving. Anyways, I need to get better at that. Let's see. Julie says, I have gathered most of the clothing for packing. Didn't end up reading, though. Carrie read 22 pages, and I think I've decided to DNF the Fox Club King. You know what I just realized? Completely forgot about that. I'll text in a minute. Anna says, wow, it looks so yummy. Thank you very much. I'm assuming that we're talking about my food. Yeah, it's so I I talk about this on my channel, but I don't post about it often. I go on HelloFresh and I look at their recipes and print out the ones that I like. So that, and I'll just go and get the stuff myself. So I still end up, I'm very used to having to cook from scratch because of my food issues. So I'll go get the food, make it myself. They're very good recipes. I like them. They're very, I think they're very good for someone who doesn't do a lot of cooking because they're very simple. Ingredients wise, the instructions are really easy to follow. And that's as someone who's been struggling a bit with reading recipes and instructions lately. So it's very good. Ooh, watched some YouTube videos and applied for jobs. Oh, very much good luck with that, Carissa. I hope you're able to find something very quickly. Yes, autocorrect really does. And from what I understand, it is because they have changed the system that it was using previously to newer AI systems that are supposed to be better. So that's why it's so messed up now. I've heard that. I don't know if I've seen confirmation of it, but I have definitely heard that a couple of times. Do it. You've got this, Carissa. You've got this. You can do the dishes in the next sprint. I should probably go. Well, the sink is. We're currently my mom hasn't loaded all of her dishes into the dishwasher from my parents' dinner. So cleaning off my dishes because one of them is a cast iron pan that I've got to I can't throw that in the dishwasher. I gotta scrub that out myself. Anyways, I'm eating air fried chicken and fries because it's quick and easy. I know sometimes you just need a quick and easy meal, which is why I own 75,000 packs of ramen. Anyways, I don't know, I didn't have the little cup ramen, that kind of ramen. I didn't have any of that until I was in college, and I don't know why it's such a comfort food for me, but I love it. Rope Crewman, I like the atmosphere of The Last Unicorn and the way the author paints pictures. The Witch and the Witch have entered this story a few chapters ago. Very nice. I can't, there's a romance, and I can't remember who it's between. I need to read. Clearly what needs to happen is I need to reread this book and then continue on with the series I just found out about thanks to you. Hello, Catherine. just joining. I'm reading Anatomy, a Love Story by Jada Schwartz, and I'm really liking it. I read this. Okay, so here's the thing. You guys know I did the Goodreads choice video. And so I read this. I did all of this research, and I was like, okay, went over lists of previous Goodreads, last year's Goodreads choice winners, went over what the most popular YA books were for this year. And they don't, Goodreads doesn't, they'll list what the most popular books were, but they won't do, and I have to get with Marnez and some of the other ones, because they somehow are able to figure out rankings and ads on things and stuff that I didn't understand. But anyways, so I pick up Anatomy, a Love Story, because I'm like, okay, this is for sure, this was on the list last year. This is for sure going to make it to, the sequel is going to be for this year. And it is under this year. I don't remember what it was for 2022, but for 2023, it ended up being under fiction instead of under fantasy. And I was assuming it was going to be under fantasy because, I mean, you're reading the book, Catherine. Based on the premise, I would call this historical fantasy, but apparently it falls under historical fiction more. So I read this, and it had me. It got me. I got to the end of that book, and I was like, I need the next book. And I was like, nope, I'm going to put it down. I've got to read other first books in series, so I will be able to read the books for the Goodreads Choice Project. And it wasn't on the list. It was one of the ones I was looking for. There were two books that I knew I was looking forward to reading besides the Holly Black book. Was there anything else on there? And Blood Depth, which didn't end up making it to the short list. Stolen Air, that's the Holly Black. And I was like, oh, I'll just be able to pick up book 2 here soon, and I'll be able to read that. No, it wasn't in my category. Anyways, so hi. That was I hope you were enjoying it as much as I did. Because it was it wasn't perfect, but it was very interesting, and I did have a very good time reading it, which for me, a lot of the time, whether or not I had a good time reading it is the determining factor for my star ratings. If I don't have a good time reading it, or I have a mediocre time reading it, it doesn't matter how well written it is, it's not getting rated. Because you can have a book that's technically perfect, it is dry as fuck. So, yes, yeah, they will let you. Now, my brother yells at me for printing them out, but here's the thing. I am a millennial. He is also a millennial, but I recognize, I grew up with VHSs and CDs, and I'm getting on so many soapboxes. I recognize the value of not entirely having your media or whatever you're trying to access, not entirely having that only on technology. That's why I buy CDs for the things that I like, which is at this point only Taylor Swift. Everyone else, I'm happy to have them on streaming. It's why I still buy DVDs for the movies that I like, because something can be removed from a streaming site and you no longer have access to it. Now, Fresh Kitchen, HelloFresh. Fresh Kitchen is a restaurant. HelloFresh does let you download the PDF, but then sometimes you don't have, if your battery's dead, things like that. So I just prefer, especially because at the time that I started doing this, I didn't have my iPad, and I didn't want to have to be going back and forth between what I was watching on my computer and what I was cooking. I prefer to have it printed, and I'll just because they come in recipe cards that are front and back, so they're two. I just print them as 2 pages on one page. They both come out on one page, and it goes into my recipe book. And I have several that are favorites, and it's so funny because I don't struggle. I mean, I still do struggle a little bit with getting myself down to do dinner, but that's for completely other things than the way my brain. Well, I guess it is technically the way my brain works. It's more personal preference now. of having the kitchen to myself, and not having to sit and watch some of the stuff they watch on YouTube while my mom is cooking. But like the fact that I can switch it up easily, I actually look forward to making dinner now instead of feeling like it's a chore, because that was a big problem for me for a while there. Was like dinner was such a chore for me. And that is entirely on me not having enough variety in how I was eating. Like, it was okay, but yeah. Anyways, sorry. Lexi says, I do the same thing. I find it's cheaper to just buy the stuff myself, and then if I need to make it, substitutes easier. And I have to substitute half of the stuff for anything that involves dairy anyways. Like cheese, you can just cut out. But like if I'm going to have to be throwing away the creme fraiche and the cream cheese and the sour cream and all of the cheeses, I might as well just get the stuff myself, because then I'm wasting money. I do understand their point that ordering from their meal kits are cheaper than eating out, but it's not cheaper than getting the ingredients yourself for the most part. Carissa says, I have been trying to keep up on dishes because I don't have a dishwasher. I notice if I do them every night, I don't get as overwhelmed. That is wisdom. Same. Like, it's so many things. Like, if you are able to do them in short, it's not as overwhelming. Now, whether or not we are always capable mentally of doing them, or remember to, that's a whole other story. Anyways, but listen, you got this. You got this. Let's see. Am I missing something Leander said? What was it? Okay, I think this is two different things. Interesting typo. Once I was talking about historical fiction I read, I tried to type World War II, and autocorrect changed it to we. Shout out if you're old enough to remember, like, the fact that Nintendo did not think about the fact that people would be literally launching these controllers into their TVs on accident. Because I remember that. Oh, let's see. Lexi says, we've been debating about reading the Anatomy for the Work book club we're starting. It's not going to be to everybody's taste, I don't think. It's very kind of gothic horror. It's like almost like a Frankenstein retelling. Very much interested in like also like Victorian kind of standards of cleanliness, and some of the Victorian era. We need a lot of discoveries, like especially going into the later Victorian era. We keep getting on things I know stuff about. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing. There's a lot of like medical stuff. Like that's when we discovered that washing your hands is good. Anyways, so like it's interested in some of those developments, and like it does recognize that sometimes there were doctors that were way ahead of that. So Ramona is my 4-year-old. Allegedly, I enjoy it too, but after a few pages, I've been told she's done and I can read it for myself. I love your child. She is hilarious. Ow. Sorry, that was a nerve. Let's see. Catherine says, I'm not sure how to categorize it yet, but it's more historical fiction or fantasy since she's a woman becoming. It's for me, like, so there were women who were doctors, to some extent, I believe, around that time. That's when we started. Hold on. I used to know this off the top of my head. When was the first female doctor? You haven't quite gotten to the fantasy part yet, Catherine, it sounds like. Yeah, 1849. Okay, so the first, and that's in the United States. So let's see, in UK. Oh, interesting. Oh, we did that first. So 1849 was the first female MD in the United States, which we could debate the efficacy of the MD designation in the United States, considering how many people were able to lie about themselves being a doctor. And then Elizabeth Garrett Anderson in 1965. So with Elizabeth Blackwell in the United States and Elizabeth Garrett Anderson in the UK. So like we fully had female doctors and the early part of the Victorian era, it was a lot less common, obviously. Like, very few women actually made it that way. They had to be wealthy women, but it was possible. So that's not like, and I don't remember when I want to say this is set around the same, for reasons that this is set around the same time as Jack the Ripper, because this kind of has some inspiration about that, and then also based on the costuming that we see on the cover of the book. However, we know that in historical fiction, the costuming that we see on the cover of the book is not always accurate. So, anyways, but yeah, it's very fascinating. But there is a distinct, you'll get there, element that is like, well, this isn't possible without magic. not actually not magic. Technically, it probably would be more science fiction. Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much though. Oh, nice. Every plate posts their recipe too. I did just see the Blue Apron as well. And the interesting thing about Blue Apron is they have different options between their 2-plate and their 4-plate. So anyways, or that we whack each other in a small space while trying to play Wii tennis. We didn't have a Wii. We borrowed one from a friend for a little bit, I think. But yeah. Carissa said, I used to have a Wii when I was younger. It kind of sucks that we don't use it anymore. I love that. Probably if I wanted to, but I do not currently want to, so thanks. Anyways, yeah, we had, like, the only game system that we owned as kids was the Nintendo GameCube, and we had to beg our parents for that one. And I remember when they got that for us, I got the Lord of the Rings 2 Towers game, and my brother got Metroid Prime. And I spent probably most of the time watching him play his game. He denies hogging the GameCube. I distinctly remember not being able to play it a lot of the time because he was on it. And so I would just sit and watch him play it. I also very bad at, like, I don't know if anyone has played Star Fox here, but the Star Fox that we borrowed from his friend, there is an entire section where you have to fly a spaceship. I'm so bad at that. So bad. Like, if that was my driving test, I would not have gotten a license. Let's see. Lexi says, my favorite Wii game to play was the Wii Fit running game. We Fit the running game on it, in which we would sit on the couch and just... Oh, fraud. Oh, that's hilarious. That is so funny. Like, you just sit there and, like, trick the computer into thinking you were running. Okay, Catherine says, I'm at 60%, so I'm getting there. Nice, nice. Well, how about we get you some further percent? I'm going to go ahead and add this back. And we're going to go for 45 minutes this time because that tends to work better for me, being, like, long enough for me to get something done, like, get to the point where I'm focused and get something done, but not so long. What is going on with my fingernail? Did I cut it? Did I don't know what. Okay, whatever. I'll get that straightened down. But it's long enough that, like, I can focus on get focused on my task. Like, I have time to get focused on my task and still accomplish stuff, but not so long that, like, my focus wanes away again. So, anyways, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Let's All those cards just hit. I sat down and was like, oh, I'm real tired now. Hello and welcome back, everyone. How are we doing? How did we do? I think I just have to edit the outro of this video at this point. I think that's what's still left. So I'm almost, I don't remember timestamps or anything like that, but it's like 43 minutes right now, and I'm almost at the end. So how did everyone do? Lexi says that there was a delicate balance to their playing around with their Wii running game. Shake the remote too fast and your character would trip and fall. Well, that's rude. How do they know you haven't tripped and fallen? Tripped and falled? That was almost tripped and falled. Okay, so let's see. Brianna is back. Had to put my phone in airplane mode to prevent the audiobook from going back. Oh my god. That is hilarious. Tracy is here, read 5% that time. Anna says, whoa, went way too fast. I know, it goes super fast. Okay, got to chapter 43. There we go. You're making some progress. You're in it. It's happening. It's happening. Julie, I have reached 35% of my book and finished planning your February TBR. I have, it's over there. I have mine over, kind of over there, like written down. I don't have all of the books for it yet. Well, some of them right over there, and then I got a whole bunch of them. You can't, hold on, let me get, I had a whole bunch of them in that bag right there, which I just got from the library. So, anyways, Brianna says, finished my book, still need to finish 2 books before Monday. I mean, you've got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You got that. You can do that. That's fine. You'll be able to manage. Let's just put it on 3 times speed. You'll be fine. What books do you have to? Are you allowed to say what books you have to finish? And are you allowed to say what book you just finished? Did you already tell me when you were reading? I am looking to see. Oh yes, Foxglove King. Okay, interesting. How was it? Did you like it? I know you have to figure out your rating and all of that. Anna says, I got lost in writing notes for my reader report. Not sure if it's a good thing or not, being it's only the 3rd chapter. It depends, Anna. Are you writing those notes because you like what you're reading, or are you writing those notes because you have a lot of things that could be done better? Anyways. Bethany says, not much reading. I dozed off. Haha, I guess I'm heading to bed. This is a sprint. You know what? That's valid. Just curl up in bed with a good book. And then when it hits you in the face, that's when it's time to put it aside and go to sleep. So Lexi says, I am 80% in engagement party and have to finish this tonight. We got a bunch of people that are just racing a Libby here. I have a few that I am going, like, they are available now, you know? So I got them because I was like, well, I still have two weeks to read them. But I am going to, oh, fuck, why did I check that out? Why did I not just have them send that to me later? Somehow the 5th season is in my Libby. I don't know. I must have blacked out when I did that, but I have several books in here that are for February that like I'm gonna have to read a whole bunch of books in the first 2 weeks of February. hush. It is not time to focus. We're not done talking. In fact, I don't know. How long do I have? Doing 10 days. I have Sleeping Giants, and because it is short, I'm actually kind of saving it for the beginning of January. But I just saw that I have 10 days left. Well, we've only got 6 days left in the month. That gives me 4 days to read the book. I can do a book in 4 days. Brianna says, Mayfly and Blood Over Brighthaven. I just finished Foxglove King. I can't tell you yet. You'll find out Monday. Or like Thursday in my case, because I am perpetually behind. Anna says, I'm so tired. I have no clue. Oh, nice. We could do that. We could definitely do that. I have, message me, because I technically got it to read during Blackathon, probably, which starts February 1st. So that would give us most of, hold on, I have to pull a calendar. That would give me most of the first week of February to do that. That's fine. Anyways, Lexi says, I have 4 checked out on Libby right now. Engagement Party Music finished tonight. And then there's one that's due on Monday, is for sure Aniva's 24-hour book. I need to do that one of these times. Like, just sit down during one of the 24-hour sprints and start a book at the beginning and then just keep reading it. I believe I have to have it finished even sooner than that. Although I have the physical copy. So yeah, absolutely. We can do that. That works. I just realized why it's info dumping and it's a mystery. And because I want to crack the case, I did not realize it. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I may need a nap. It is it's so hard when you're beta reading to try and figure out if the author is trying to do something stylistically and it's just not working, or if it's no, this is off. This is unbalanced. So, I don't do a lot of it now, but I used to do a bit of beta reading. So, anyways, I don't, yeah, it's, it's very interesting trying to figure out, and you always gotta the thing about beta reading is that you can be absolutely 100% sure that they're doing something that is, if they want to get traditionally published, is not going to work in traditional publishing. But you still have to be like, well, are you sure you want to do this? Excessive italics is a big one. Italics are very much frowned upon by the writing community. And I kind of agree with part of why they do that, because a lot of the time people lean on italics as a crutch. But anyways, Hazelnut says, I don't know why YouTube decided to place me at the start of the stream, but I am here and just finished The Prince of Tirana by Haley Turner. High stars? 5 stars. Oh, Margaret, you're drunk. I highly recommend to read for the fantasy readers in here. Okay. What's this about? Hold on. I have Goodreads. Ah, fuck. When did you log me out? Okay, I'm going to look this up a different way. Okay. Okay. It's an epic romance fantasy. Okay. So we've got a princess who's being pressured to marry, but also is secretly fighting in matches. Oh, and then a prince of a neighboring kingdom is said to be hiding in her city, and now I'm assuming. Oh my god. Okay, hold. This is going on my Goodreads. This is going on my fucking Goodreads. Oh my god. Where is my Goodreads? Okay, so basically, it's we've got a princess. She is trying to navigate the fact that she's her father's heir, yada yada yada. And then she runs into this he's described as an infuriating yet kind farmer's apprentice. Um, I will take like three guesses as to who that is. I think I don't need the first two. Um, oh, I will stay away from the audiobook then. I do not like singing in my audiobooks, so thank you for the warning. Okay. I read, what was it? A Muse of Fire, and like it was a good book, but like there every chapter there'd be a section where you sang, and I was just like, I have notes on how you're singing this. Please stop. The Prince of Tirana. What to read? It sounds like it's an indie. Seasoning the words with salt is sometimes, but yes, everything you said is so true. I used to do I hope I like the physical copy too. I don't know why singing in audiobooks puts me like so on edge. It drives me nuts. Yeah, in some of them. And it is an indie book. But yeah, I used to and primarily like the method I use, and this is because I had a friend who was a published author. She gave me feedback on my work in this way, where she said, here is what you're doing really well. This is what is really working. Here's the shit you need to fix. And then reiterated that, like, this is still something that, like, I think could be good, but yada, yada, yada. Like, so that's kind of the sandwich method is, yeah. I mean, it was very funny because like she was like, I know that this is probably hard for you to hear. So if you need to take some time before responding, that's fine. I don't need an immediate response. And I was like, no, this is great. Thank you so much for doing this. Like, when I ask for constructive criticism, I'm not going to be mad at people for telling me, like, hey, this thing that is within your control, you should change it. Yeah, it's so hard sometimes. It really is, because like you want to be encouraging, but also sometimes people just need to be told that their writing sucks in a place and they need to do it better. So anyways, okay, shall we, hold on, where are we? Yeah, I think we'll do at least one more. Let's do one more sprint. Yeah, I write 7,000 to 10,000 reports with highlights of each chapter, so it's in depth. That sounds almost like a developmental edit. Because that's similar to what I used to do for my friends. And I've been told by people who were published that's like a developmental edit when it comes to that. So I totally, and it's a lot of work, but it is also so helpful for people. Yeah, and I think a lot of people need somebody who will go in. Okay, let's do this. Oh, nope, it would help. No, I already have it up. Okay, good, great. Please ignore the man behind the curtain. All right, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everyone. How did we do? Okay. Very nice. Hello. How are we? What are we up to? I am a minute and 30 seconds into what is currently a 41-minute video. I'm going to try and get that down quite a bit. But I'm talking about 10 of my favorite books, so you know me, I won't shut up. Anyways, how did everyone else do? What was your sprint like? Okay. Oh, Crimin says I'm back. I'm kind of disappeared for a bit because I was watching the latest Percy Jackson episode. The Medusa episode was my favorite, but this one might be slightly edging it out. Very nice. Crimin says, I guess I'll find out when I marathon the entire season next week, and obviously I don't care about the changes they made. I love the show, and while the books are the definitive experience, this is my new go-to for getting fans into the series. I have one complaint about the Percy Jackson series, and naturally it has to do with Annabeth, and that is that they have legitimately taken away moments where in the books Annabeth is the smart one and given them to Percy and Grover, and that frustrates me. Other than that, it is perfect. Not this last one, but the one where Percy sits in the chair. The love boat scene. I was so frustrated that they didn't take that moment to kind of set up that whole moment where Annabeth does trigonometry in her head to make sure that they're jumping at the exact right time to get themselves over the stuff and all of that. And that's a moment that was communicated verbally in the books. And then we could have had a moment and replaced that with an even better moment where she figures out the chair without anyone else's help. But no, we didn't. And so anyways, that one and the Chimera episode are the two that stood out to me about that happening. And they're doing my girl dirty. But that's fine. Okay, I'm done with that. I haven't watched this most recent episode, but good night, Julie's probably asleep. Julie left at 10:45, so Julie is gonzo. But thank you very much. Have a good night. Kay Simmons got halfway through chapter 44. Very nice. And Anna says, I just ended chapter 5 and got great notes. Very good. That's good. That's always nice when you get to say, hey, you did a good job. I think I'm finished. Yes, I am finishing this up as well. That's the last sprint. We were here for almost 3.5 hours. Which, anyways, that's a lot. Yes, thank you. I will have a beautiful hour left of my night, and then I will go to bed. So I have to look for an email too, but we will see. We will get there. My favorite books of the year is going to be going up here sometime tomorrow. I'm on the final edit, so I'm going to try and finish that tonight so that it can upload over the overnight, because apparently it takes several hours for my videos to upload with this computer now. It does so much better with the editing and the playing of games, but for some reason YouTube takes forever to upload now. Part of that might be the Wi-Fi card that's in my computer. I need to upgrade that at some point. But that's up. And then if you guys haven't seen it, what was is that the most recent video on my channel? Is that the most recent video on my channel, guys? I think it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So my most recent video that I just put up on Monday, I put Brianna and I's friendship to the test and read some of her favorite books. So if you guys want to go watch that one as well, if you haven't, I would appreciate it. And I will see you guys on Saturday. Saturday we are doing, well, actually no, starting tomorrow we will be doing starting another round of Neva's 24-hour sprints. I am doing the 5th part at 8 a.m. And I can get you guys exactly when it starts. Give me just a second. Oh, let's go be depressed on Instagram again. Why is my brother? I have not messaged this man in like 70. Oh, I'm on the wrong Twitter. No, I'm on the wrong Instagram. For some reason, my phone keeps opening me up to like an old Instagram. Okay, Neva 24. Oh, that's right. We've moved to Discord. I'm smart. It's fine. What? Why is it the Ex Besties Book Club now? I need someone to come and explain this to me. There it is. Thank you. There. Oh, because she tagged. That's why. That's where it is. I'm like trying to find the reason I'm going to. Okay, so 4 p.m. Eastern time is when the sprints start tomorrow. So if you guys are looking for sprints, 24 hours of them. I will not be staying up the entire time this time, unless Brianna also stays up the entire time this time, because I foolishly told her that if she needed to do it, I would do it with her. I may regret that decision. It's fine, but we will see you tomorrow potentially on Neva's channel at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So if you guys are looking for sprints. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see y'all later when we will talk about more work.